Hey guys, and welcome to our fourth training video for Big Room. I am so excited to see how God is using this to teach these kids about the Bible so that they know the Bible inside and out. And so I feel like they are really learning from this, and it's so exciting to see them shout out these motions and do these motions before we can even get to them. And so it's just an exciting thing to see the little light bulbs come on in their head and they notice these things. So first today we're going to catch up on our books of the Bible keywords and pictures. So the first one I have is Psalms, and this is Psalms because Psalms starts with a P, and palms, it's kind of spelled like palms. And so Psalms is about worship. So you see him singing and praying here. Psalms is about worship. The next book of the Bible is Proverbs, and an owl is generally associated with wisdom, and you see he's teaching you here, and so Proverbs is about wisdom. And so the next book here is Ecclesiastes, and Ecclesiastes, well, it's a hard word to say, Ecclesiastes is about vanity and emptiness, and so that's the book we will talk about this coming week. And then the next book is, you see a king here, and you know from going through the kings before that we had a king with the no heart, king with the whole heart, and a king with a half heart. The king with the half heart was Solomon, and so you see him singing here to his bride, and so Solomon is about marriage. And so the Song of Solomon is about marriage. And the next book is pretty easy. There's an I saying ah. So I say Isaiah. So Isaiah is about groaning and glory. So you see this guy here, he's kind of groaning, and you see this guy's really excited and glorifying the Lord. And so Isaiah is about groaning and glory. Then the next one is about Jeremiah. And so how we know this is Jeremiah is there's a jury here. So jury, Maya. And then we see him holding this rotten sash. And this rotten sash is a representation of the things that Jeremiah called the people of Judah out on, their sins and stuff. And sins are make us rotten and dirty. And so that's the idea here is Jeremiah is about the rotten sash. And so those are our pictures for this week. And so now we're going to do our next motions. And so we're going to get started. So let's just recap and start at the beginning. So we went creation, fall, flood, nations, 4,000 years. Israel, Ishmael, Isaac, Esau, Jacob, Joseph, Egypt, Jews, Egypt, 400 years. Bondage, Moses, let my people go. And Pharaoh said no. 10 plagues, the Passover, Red Sea, Mount Sinai, law, tabernacle, Levites and priests, offerings and feasts, counting the faces, Kadesh, oasis. Now the next thing was Numbers. They're still talking about wandering around in the desert. And so they sent out 12 spies. And so you're going to say 12 spies and the wanderers. So we're going to hold our thumb up and kind of act like we're stirring. Wanderers dies. So you drop your head, put your hand on your heart. Wanderers dies. Now you've kind of noticed there's been some pointing of different areas. Typically in Walk Through the Bible, the idea is that you make the room a map of biblical times, and so I've left a lot of those motions out of this because this does not pertain to them, and this will not affect how they learn things that will just confuse them more. So, but a couple of them I felt like were important to leave in, and so the first thing is we're going to talk about Joshua and Moab. So first we said 12 spies, the wanderers dies. We're going to point over here and say Moab, Moses, second law, dies. So we're talking about being in Moab, Moses again. He gives the second law in Deuteronomy, and then after he gives the second law, Moses dies. So we drop our head, put our hand over our heart again. Usually when we talk about anyone dying, that's kind of the symbol that we do, is drop our head, put our hand on our heart. Moses dies. So we're going to say Joshua, Jordan, they crossed the Jordan, Jericho, the walls of Jericho fell, and then you're going to kind of point out here and you're going to go divide, conquer. Remember, the key word for Joshua was conquerors. So they divided the land and they conquered it, okay? Divide the land and conquer, and then they're going to go settle. So after they conquered it, they settled it. And then they divided it up into 12 tribes. So you're going to do like a meat cleaver here, and you're going to kind of turn around and do like this, 12 tribes, judges, okay? So just like you're putting a gavel, judges. Okay, and so that's all of the new motions this week, so we're going to repeat those again and keep going over those a couple of times. So we started off with Kadesh Oasis, we ended last time with Kadesh Oasis, and so we say 12 spies, wanderers, dies, Moab, Moses, second law, dies, Joshua, Jordan, Jericho, divide, conquer, divide, settle, 12 tribes, judges, okay? So here we go again, ready? So we ended with Kadesh Oasis, and we start again and we say 12 spies. So we're going to put our hand over our head, say 12 spies, wanderers, dies, Moab, Moses, second law, dies, Joshua, and then they cross the Jordan, Jericho, divide, conquer. So when you do conquer, you want to put both fists out and just kind of do it like you're setting, like conquering. Conquer. And then you're going to divide again. So you divide, settle. And so you put your hands flat out, settle. 12 tribes, judges. Okay, so I'm going to start from the top and go all the way through 2 times. And if you have any questions about this, please let me know. And I hope that, like I said, that this is ministering to you as well. So here we go from the beginning. Creation, fall, flood, nations, 4,000 years. Israel, Ishmael, Isaac, Esau, Jacob, Joseph, Egypt, Jews, Egypt, 400 years. Bondage, Moses, let my people go. Pharaoh said no. 10 plagues, Passover, Red Sea, Mount Sinai, law, tabernacle, Levites and priests, offerings and feasts, counting the faces, Kadesh, oasis, 12 spies, wanderers, dies, Moab, Moses, second law, dies, Joshua, Jordan, Jericho, divide, conquer, divide, settle, 12 tribes, judges. All right, one more time. Here we go. Creation, fall, flood, nations, 4,000 years. Israel, Ishmael, Isaac, Esau, Jacob, Joseph, Egypt, Jews, Egypt, 400 years. Bondage, Moses, let my people go. Pharaoh said no. 10 plagues, Passover, Red Sea, Mount Sinai, law, tabernacle, Levites and priests, offerings and feasts, counting the faces, Kadesh, oasis, 12 spies, wanderers, dies, Moab, Moses, second law, dies, Joshua, Jordan, Jericho, divide, conquer, divide, settle, 12 tribes, judges. Okay, so if you have any questions on that, please let me know. And I hope that this is, like I said, that you're learning from this and it's blessing you as well. So have a great day.